This is part 2 of video 2 where we're doing simple 2D drawings, and we're going to continue working on the drawing that we worked with in part 1. Now, if you've already closed that out, you're just going to go to open and you browse to your desktop, left click here, select desktop, and double click on your small tank template, and that'll open the file back up. So we're going to continue with this, and as I'm looking at this, I think that this font right here needs to be a little bit smaller, and so I'm going to have you to hold down your shift key, and I want you to, with your left mouse button, click here on the 30 inch, click there on the 24 inch, keep holding down that shift button, click there on the 30 inch, click there on 48 inch, click there on 48 inch, and click there on 24 inch. So all 6 of them should be pink. You can let go of your shift button, let go of your mouse, come up here to where the font size is, click in there, and just type in 1.75, enter. So we shrink that down just a little bit, and then I want to make this font a little bit bigger, so hold down your shift button, select top, with your left mouse button, left click side, left click end. They should all turn pink, and I want you to go up, let go of your shift button, go up where this says 2.03, left click, drag across to highlight it with your left mouse button, and type in, let go of your mouse and type in 2.5, enter. And I think that that looks a lot more proportionate. I'm going to have you to take your arrow tool, and I want you to left click right here, and I want you to hold down your left mouse button, draw a little square around all of those, and I want you to grab it with your left mouse button and just pull down a little. Try to keep it in the same space where it originally was, and just pull it down a little, and it's just going to give us a little more working space. Okay, another change that I want to do is I actually want to move this dimension down to here. So probably the easiest way for us to do that is to go to draw and go here where it says smart. Click smart, and let me take a look at what we were doing before. I'm just looking here for my own use. You don't need to follow along right now. Okay, let's do this now. Okay, click smart and click down here, and I want you to start pulling down on it, but let go of your mouse, and I want you to type in under length, I want you to type in 4 and hit enter. And I want you to take your arrow tool, and I want you to click that, left click one time, and hit the delete button on your keyboard. Then I want you to click where this is 30 inches, and right here under font, pull it down, find txt.sh, and over here where that says 2 inch, just left click and drag over the 2, type in 1.75, enter, and we've got that fixed. And I think this is going to be good for us to continue working with now. So I want to look at the side of it and see if there's anything that we need to put on the side of it. And I don't see anything that needs to go on the side. So now let's start doing the top of it. Okay, there are a couple of openings in the top, and so we're going to use a line, a single line, and it's going to be red. We're going to do a temporary line, and we're going to find the center, and all you have to do to find the center is just hover with your mouse. Don't click anywhere until that purplish diamond comes up. That's found the center. And I want you to just draw a temporary red line right across there. So that's marking out the center. Now, let's go down here and let's come up. Let's do tab for our length. Let's do let's do 4 inches. So we'll go length 4, angle 90, enter. Okay. Now we're gonna start with a circle at the end of this 4-inch line. Okay. I want you to go to circle ellipse, center and point. This is going to be black. You should already be set on black. Go right there. You'll either see a purple colored X or you'll see a purple colored diamond right here. And I want you to click one time with your left mouse button and start pulling out. And the diameter, we're going to tab till we get to diameter. The diameter of this hole is going to be 2.5. Enter on your keyboard. Okay. Now, up here, well, it looks like this is the only top opening. We're not going to have any more than that. So, you can go ahead get your arrow tool. Left click one time on your arrow tool. Left click one time on your long line. Left click one time on your short line. And let's, instead of deleting that, let's make it, hit your arrow down here, and let's make it invisible because we're going to write a dimension on that. Okay? So we're going to make it invisible because we really don't want it to be shown. Let's go to Smart. And you're going to actually, after you left click one time down on Smart, you're going to left click one time on your invisible line, and you're going to pull out to the left. Don't hold the button down. Let go of the left button, but pull out towards the left. And I want you to go there where it says length, tab, length, tab over to length, type in 4, enter. And so you're pulling that out 4 inches. Now, I want to make this look the way we want it to look because it don't look very good right now. So let's take your selection arrow and let's click that. And let's change the font to txt.sh. So you're going to left click one time with the mouse button and go down and find txt.sh. And let's click here on this size. And it's already highlighted when I clicked one time. But if not, you can double click or you can just drag over to highlight it. Type in 1.75, enter. And that's going to indicate that is 4 inches from the end of the tank to the center of that hole. Okay. Let's see here. The next thing that we want to do, there's one more opening in this tank, and let's do it like this. Let's go, let's do a draw, underline. Let's go to rectangle, and it's going to be in red. Make it red. start here at this corner, and I'm just going to zoom in so I can show you. Start here at this corner, and let's go over size A. So you're starting to pull it out, but don't drag it. You know, you're not holding your button down, you're just pulling the mouse. Size A, let's go, 2 inches, and size B will be 2 inches. Enter. Okay. Now, let's do a circle. So left click one time where it says circle ellipse. Left click one time at center and point. Needs to be black. And let's go down here in this corner of this rectangle that we just made, rectangle. And click one time with the left mouse button and start pulling out. Let go of the mouse. Don't click or anything, just let go. Tab diameter, 0.75, enter. Okay, now the next thing that I want you to do is get your little mouse selector tool, and I want you to highlight that, and I want you to, don't click here, click where the solid line is, and click down here where it basically shows nothing to make that invisible. And then we want to go ahead and label that dimension. And so the way we're going to do that, we're going to do Smart. And we're going to click on Polyline. And we're going to start pulling down a little bit. And for our length, let's go 4 inches. And no, hit Control Z on your keyboard. Hit Control Z. Alright, so we've still got the Smart tool. Let's click here and pull down. Let's pull down length 2. Tab, change the length to 2 and hit enter. And right here, do click over here. Wait a minute. Sorry. Don't do that. Okay. Alright. Select the Smart tool again. Click right here. Right here in between that hole and your line up here. Click right here. Pull over. Tab. 2 inches on length. Enter. Now that don't look so good, but we're going to fix it. Okay. Get your arrow. And I want you to select linear dimension. Hold down the shift on your keyboard. And go over here and click this one. Both are pink. And I want you to come down. txt.sh, change your font, and let's say it's that 1 inch. Now that still looks like a jumbled up mess. I'll show you how to fix that. I can't really get that to look good, so I think we're just gonna left click till you see it highlighted pink, delete on your keyboard. Left click till you see it highlighted in pink, delete on your keyboard. We're going to try this a different way. I really want to let the customer know that this is like 2 inches over each direction to the center of that circle, but it's not looking good with the dimensions. So let's try this. Let's do it. Let's do, let's see. Do Smart again and click right here, right in between this circle and that line, right here in the middle, left one time, and pull up, okay? And just go ahead and tab, and type in 4 for your length and enter on your keyboard. Okay. Now I'm going to get you to go to your arrow selector and go ahead and select that and scroll down, change the font to txt.sh and click over here where it says 2 inches, left click drag and change that to 1.5, enter. And so that's got, we got a little bit of a marker there to let them know that it's 2 inches over to the center of that hole. And now we need to do another one to show them that it's 2 inches down to the center of that hole. And let's see what this will look like. Let's go to let's go to Smart again. And let's click that and pull that out. Let's pull it out to tab, 4 for the length right there. Okay, now we can take our arrow tool, left click one time on it, left click one time on this 2 inch, change the font to txt.sh and go here where it says 2 inch, click in there, type in 1.5, enter on your keyboard. And I think that looks a lot better. One thing that I'm noticing though is the font is still a little big for these dimensions. So we may look at doing that just a little bit smaller. Okay, so click the 4 with your left mouse button, hold down the shift, click the 2, hold down the shift, click the 2, and let's change this from 1.75 up here to 1.5, enter. And I think that looks a little bit neater. I think so. And let's see here. All right, so this one is done. Really, all we gotta do is just some ladling. So let's go ahead and okay. I'm going to start down here filling this out, okay? So, how many gallons is this? We got to figure that out. Let's get a calculator. I'll show you how to do that. If you ever want to figure out the gallons of a cube, okay? So, our dimensions are, if you're looking down on the top of something, it's 24 wide by 30 inches long. Okay, so 24 times 30, and what's the height? We're looking at the end of it. Up and down is 48. So we do 24 times 30 times 48 equals 34,560 divided by 231. 231 is always what you divide by because there's 231 gallons in a cubic inch. And so let's double check our math. Clear that out on the calculator. 24 times 30 times 48 equals, divided by 231 equals, it's 149.61 gallons. So I'm gonna hover here and zoom in because this is where I want to zoom into. Put my arrow here where I want to zoom into and scroll up, and that'll zoom me in. And I want to click that and double click it. And I'm going to change where it says value to 149 gallon. And right here where I'm going to double click that. Next line. This is a single wall, so I'm going to change what's in the brackets to all caps, SINGLE, wall. And I'm going to double click this. And I'm going to change what's in the brackets to RECTANGULAR, tank, rectangular, tank. Okay. And I already know that for this customer, we don't paint it a color. So I want to put in here red primer for the paint color. And the easiest way that I have found to get text and put text on a line is to take some existing text. I'm going to just highlight this text. I'm going to click this and left click one time. And I'm going to get that text. I'm going to Control C on my keyboard. Control V for paste. And it actually already put it down there for me. But if it didn't, just go ahead and select it, and when you see these 4 arrows, you can pull it where it needs to go. I'm sorry, you don't want the 4 arrows. You want just a single arrow, and you can pull it where it needs to go and drop it. We've got it in place. I'm going to double click it, and I'm going to type in we're going to type in zinc red oxide primer and hit OK. And we'll just pull it over there and make it look neat. And when you grab to pull, remember, we're not going to pull with the 4 arrows. We're going to pull with just a single arrow. Grab and pull, okay? And just drop it. Because we already do red primer for that customer, so we're not going to change that. Now we need to label these openings what they are. And no, we're not ready to do that yet. We need to fill in these specifications. So I'm going to double click the first one where it says capacity, enter item here. Double click. We'll put 149 gallons. Okay. And right here where it says type, put double click, single wall rectangular. Okay. And then where it says tank material, and it says enter item here, double click, mild carbon steel, and hit OK. And where it says certification mark, we want to just delete that. We're not going to have one. And where it says thickness, inner heads, and shell, let's go down to the second line, and I want you to click that, delete it. Click this, delete it, because it's not a double wall tank. Click that, delete it. And where this says enter, double click. And I want you to just back off of that. Put a dash, space, 1/4 inch. So you just want to say 1/4 inch. 1/4 quotations. And I want you to take that, delete. Take this, delete. And where it says construction welds, and it's double click that, and I want you to highlight that bottom line and delete that bottom line, leaving only this. And we could make this look a little neater too. Let's zoom in here, pull down a little bit and put it right in the middle. And it's not really exactly right in the middle. Okay. Now where it says this on the test, Okay, that one's not made to edit the way we were editing a minute ago. Right click. Let's see. Click that one time with your left mouse button. Right click. Go to Edit Tool. Now, click here at the very end of that parentheses and just start backspacing. All we want it to say is 5 PSIG enter. Okay. Click out in outer space somewhere. Okay, go get your arrow. There we go. When you get your arrow up here, that makes that go away. Okay. Interior coating. Where it says enter item here, double click. Type in none. Where it says exterior coating, double click here. And where it says exterior coating, put zinc, Z-I-N-C, red oxide primer. Okay. And so that's got all of the specifications filled out. And when you're done, it should look just like that. Now zoom out a little. And let's zoom out a little bit more. Now I want you to hover over this. No, wait a minute. Hover over this. This left picture. Zoom in again, zoom in again. And let's zoom on in on this. Okay. So we're going to, let's see, let's get text up here. See where you got big A and the word text. And where this says Times New Roman, go down and find txt.sh. Over here where it says 2 inch, do 1.5. And just click over here in a general area. Type the letter A. That's a little big. I think that's a little big. Backspace. Let's change this to 1 inch. Now type in the letter A. That looks much better. Okay. Get your arrow tool. Take this and pull it over here. Okay. And leave it right there. Alright. Now you can actually take your arrow tool and you can click that and click text. Do a Control-C, Control-V on your keyboard. Now zoom way in. Make sure that your pointer is a pointer and not a plus. And get it and start pulling it to the right. You can actually hold down your mouse button while you're dragging. And you can zoom out with your scroll wheel at the same time as you're holding that down. But at the end of everything, over here is where we want to put it. Okay? So, we're going to, let's put it right here. Okay? And let's Control-C, Control-V again. Pull down, zoom out, grab it, pull it down. Okay. And we want to Control-V again. We'll paste it again. Put it there. Now I want you to zoom out 2 times. Hold down your shift. Select text. Select text. Select text. And I want you to go to modify. No, I always get that wrong. Format. Sorry, format. Align. Center. Now they're all lined up. Okay. Now we've got to identify. The next one is going to be a B. But the easiest way to get a B is to zoom in there, Control-C, like click that one time, Control-C, Control-V, pull that down, zoom out, zoom in, pull it down to here, double click, B, okay? So we've changed that to a B. Do we have any other letters here that we need to do? Yes, we've got one over here that we need to do. We need to label this one C. So zoom in. And let's scroll up a little. Well, we can just do a Control V on the keyboard again, and that'll paste it. We want to label this one C. Okay. And put it right here on the right side. Double click. Change A to C. Hit OK. Now, let's zoom out and look. We need to make some dimensions to indicate how far down and all of that. Okay, so let's see here. I think we've let's get a draw. And let's go to a single line, okay? I'm thinking we've might have, I see, 2 inches down. Okay, I see. All right. Okay. Zoom in. Click right here, okay? And see if you can make it land right in the middle of that circle. If you can't, that's fine. Just tab over 2. Top 2 for the length, because that needs to be 2 inches long. Okay? That one needs to be 2 inches long. Now, I want you to tap here again. And see if you can get it in the middle of this circle. If you can't, that's okay. Let's see. What does that need to be? Okay, it needs to be 17 inches. So, just let go of your mouse, tab 17, angle is 270 for a straight line. Now I need you to make another one right here. And I want you to try to hit in the middle of this circle. And if you can't, that's okay. Type in 17, 270. And now, this last one should be 12. Click right here, pull it down. Let's see if you can get 12 and 270. 12, 270. And that should touch that line down there. Now we got to call out some dimensions for this, okay? So let's go to Smart. Click that first one. And let's pull that over. Let's go 2.5. And I want you to grab hold of it there. Change the font to txt.sh. And change your height to 1 inch. Is that what we were doing over here? Let me double check that. No, that was 1.5. Sorry. Click where that says 2 inches. Change it to 1.5. Okay. And the next one, do Smart. Come out and stop at 3 inches. Tab 3, enter. Oh, that's not working out good. Hit Control Z. Sorry about that. That is not working out good. What did I do on this one? Hit Control Z again until we get rid of, till we're back to this, okay? Let's do this again. Smart. Now this time, let's go down to txt.sh before we ever do anything and change this to 1.5 inches. Okay. Now this time we're gonna, that top line, grab it and pull it, and let's pull it out 3 inches. Now let's get this one and pull it out 3 inches. Let's get this one and pull it out 3 inches. And get this one and pull it out 3 inches. Okay, so I tabbed down there to get the length of them. And I still just don't like the look of that. Let's see what I can do to fix it. Well, here's what we need to do to make this look a little better. Go ahead and click on that 2 inch and double click it with your left mouse button. You get a menu that pops up like this. Go to Format. Go to Force Text inside of the extension line. Just hit that little checkbox and hit OK. Now that looks better. Let's zoom out and see what we look like here. Okay. Wait a minute. Somehow I done away with my other dimensions. Hold on. I gotta fix this. How did I do that? I don't know. Alright, that was 3 inches. This is 3 inches. Okay, got that fixed. Alright, the next thing that we want to do, take your selector tool, and each one of these individual lines right here, I want you to select it and change it from a solid line to nothing. Okay? Change it from a solid line to nothing. Okay? Left click, left click, left click one time, left click there. Okay? And I don't know. I think that where we're labeling the dimension, it's still a little, man, that's giant. Okay, let's go ahead and select all of these. I'm wanting to resize them again. So you want to do the 2, the 17, the 17, the 12, holding down your shift button, the 2 over here, the 2 over here, and the 4 right here. And let's go up here, make sure they're all turned purple. Go up here where it says 1.5 and just hit 1 and enter. Change that to 1 inch. And I think that's going to be perfect. Okay? So, let's see. We've got one more thing that we got to do here. Under the legend, we want to go ahead and specify what A, B, and C are. Okay? So, A is going to be 3/4 inch FNPT. So I want you to double click where it says text goes here. Type in 3/4 inch. And then type in all caps FNPT. That stands for Female National Pipe Thread. And hit OK. And then on the next one, B is 1 inch FNPT. So double click. 1 inch FNPT with countersunk steel plug. And we're going to have to like pull these over and fix them, but don't worry so much about that right now. C, okay, I'll show you what's right for C. Wait a minute, I done messed up. I done messed up, I think. No, I didn't. Okay. Yeah, B is fine. C is a 2.5. Okay. So double click where it says C. Type in 2-1/2 for 2.5. 2-1/2. Inch marker. FNPT. Let's call it a FNPT opening. Okay. We're going to go back here and do the same thing here. FNPT opening. And scoochie that over a little bit. And double click here. FNPT opening. Okay. Now I want you to select this and this and this, holding down the shift button. Pull them over to about here. And let's go to Format, Align, Left, and go ahead and let go of that. Highlight that, like with one left click, delete. Highlight with one left click there, 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 delete. And this one is done. So, I think we've got everything. I'm going to give it one final look here. I can't decide how big I want to make these dimension text, because now I'm thinking that it's looking like it's too small. Let's hold down shift. Let's see how big this A and C is. The A and C are 1 inch. This is 1.75. I think I know what to do. Hold down your shift button. Tap the 24, tap the 30, tap the 30, tap the 48, tap the 48, tap the 24. And let's just shrink that down a little bit to 1.5. I think that looks really good. I think it does. I think that looks good. And now the next thing that we want to do is we want to go ahead and save this to a PDF as well as saving it. So let's go to File and Save and just hit Save. And now we also want to get it in the form of a PDF. We gotta show that this B is on the center line. Yeah, that's what we forgot. Okay, we're not ready yet. All right, let's do this. Let's move that 24 inches up. Let's do this. Let's go to Format. No, wait a minute. Go to Draw. And go to Smart. And start pulling up. Go tab 4 on your length. And that's going to be fine. Now, I want you to get your arrow tool. Draw a box around that. And I want you to pull down on it a little bit, to where you think it's about even with the one beside of it. And let go of it. Now, we can indicate how far over is this B, okay? So let's do a line, a single line. And let's find the middle of that circle if you can. You may have to hover over it for a minute, but it'll eventually find it, the middle of that circle, okay? Just keep trying. It'll do it in a minute. You may have to zoom out and zoom in. Okay, if you can't find the middle of the circle, here's the way to do it. Get you a line, single line, and make you a plus inside that circle. Now we've got the center, okay? Go in the center then, and click down one time, and come out, and you're going to tab down. 12 inches is half of our width of this thing. 180-degree angle. Enter with your keyboard. Now you can take your little arrow tool, get rid of this, and over here towards the right, get rid of that line. Now we want to leave this line, but we want to make it invisible. So pull down right here on line pattern and go to where it's just empty and hit that. Now we can do, how big do we do our dimensions? 1 inch. Okay, now we can do smart again. Let's make this 1 inch up here. That way we won't have to go back and change it. Enter on your keyboard. Now, get that invisible line. It's just a line, not a polyline. And pull down. And we want to go down 3 on the length and enter. And there we go. That's a pretty good looking rectangle tank drawing. Okay. So now, we'll go ahead and file, save, and just save. You don't have to do save as, just save. Now you can go to file, and let's try this. Let's go print. And in this little box right here, left click 1 time and pull down to Microsoft Print to PDF and hit OK. Now it's going to come up with a place to save your print output. Hit desktop and let's type in let's see, SW for single wall, rectangle, SWR dash 00149 dash NS for no supports, and that's what we're going to name it, SWR dash 00149 dash NS, and hit save. Now let's see how our finished product looks. Look at that. Got a nice drawing there. It looks really good, I think. I'm anxious to see how you did with it. Let me know.